Allie, and welcome back to Oh For Craft's Sakes. Take a look down here and let's see what we have going on today. I am making a wreath today for my mom. She remodeled her home and this is going to match perfectly. I want to add some flowers, but I'm not sure I 100% have the shade to match, and my mom's a super fussy pants, so if I don't find a flower to match this, then we're going to have to come up with another idea. But we'll go create as we go. So I've got some silver to match the galvanized, and of course the check, and then that matches fairly well, right, with the green. Hopefully it'll be out far enough Mom won't think it clashes. Okay, so I'm gonna hope to get 3 rows out of this mesh. This is just a regular fabric mesh, and I'm just going to clean off the end so it is nice and smooth. You always want to start with a nice clean end. And as always, when you're going to do a poof method or whatever method that you're going to do, you always start it on the left side if you're going to go to the left, or if you're right-handed, you can go to the right, and I'll show you what I mean. I am just going to fold this piece down a tiny bit. I'm going to fold my sides in, and then I'm just going to gather towards the middle. So I'm left with this nice little piece, and I'm going to be going towards my left, so I'm going to want to adhere my tie as close to this as possible, and you'll see why once again. Okay, and then you just snip it. And you don't have to worry about that being visible because you are going to put some ribbon ties and things on, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I'm going to go with 10-inch poofs, and I like to measure for block to block here, and then put my poof right in there. Just lay it in here and twist. Again, let me clean this off. I'm hitting my stuff. Okay, once again, 10-inch poof. Just lay it in. And twist. And then look what just happened there. I have an end, and I guess the company where I got this from, Craft Outlet, just didn't feel it necessary to give me one full piece. So let's see, not an issue. We'll just measure out our 10 inches, and we'll place our poof. And we'll just spread that out. And now you would tie it off like any other end that you would want to do when you're going around. Say I was finished, you just cut yourself a tiny little tail. And then I just like to tuck that behind and grab a zip tie, which I got at Lowe's. You can get them at any hardware store, and probably Walmart too. And then you just want to tie that on there nice and tight. And clip that off. And now let's grab more of my mesh. And once again, I like a straight edge. There we go. Okay. Once again, I like to just fold the mesh down. Tuck my sides in a little bit because I like the edges in, and then I just crinkle towards the middle. So I have a nice piece like this. I just want to clip that little fray that's coming out because I don't want that to be part of it. And once again, I'm going to start this right here as far to this tie, right where I ended, with yet another zip tie. And let me make sure that it's going the right direction. Yes, so I'm going to tuck that in. Once again, nice and tight. You don't have to worry about them showing because we're going to cover that up with lots of ribbons and possibly the flowers. So, and measure out your 10 inches and then lay it right into the next open tie. Let's see. Poke it all out. You can hardly notice. You can hardly see that there's any zip ties in here. Sorry, I have a hair on my lip. I don't know what's happening. Okay. So we're just going to continue 10 inches all the way around. And when I'm done with the bottom row, I'll show you how you go to the top. And we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I'm done with the first row. I'm going on the last tie, so take a look down here. Okay, so remember this is where we started originally, and I wanted to be as close to this tie as possible. And I measured out my 10 inches, and I'm going to place my end back at the beginning where I started. And you twist, and then you just set out your poof, and there you go. So this is really nice. It's undetectable, and it's all just neat. And I want to start closest to the left here, so I'm not going to, well, maybe I am. Let's see. Maybe I'll just bring it up here to the crossbar. Remember, you want to get it as close to whatever side you're going to. So I want it on the left side because I'm going the left direction. If I was going to go to the right direction, I would put it as just right on it. So let's see, this will work. Got your zip tie. Again, pull it nice and tight. And you just want to clip it close to the edge so that there's no sharp edges or pieces. And don't forget, you're going to have ribbons here, so everything's going to be covered nicely. So we'll continue on with the 10-inch poofs, just like this. Really is very basic, very easy. This is like Wreath Beginning 101. Anyone can do this. So I am going to finish placing these in their ties, and we will come back when I'm done with the top row. Okay, so we're back, and take a look what's happening down here. We are finishing up our last row on top, and I'm not loving how kind of skimpy it looks. So I'm going to do a third row. I have plenty of mesh left, and I don't like to have a roll with very little left, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the rest of the mesh. And it's very easy to do. It'll fill in this circle here, so it'll be nice and full, and I really love a full wreath. So what you do is count out again your 10 inches, and instead of going on top of this, I'm going to actually bring it out in front of it this way and tuck it into the tie just like this. So before I twist it, so you see here's the original one and here's the one on top, and now it's black. It might be hard to see on camera, but you'll see it better the more we go. So then I just poof this out. Actually, I'm going backwards. We just poof this one out like that, and that's towards the middle. And then we still have this one here. So see how nice that looks? Anyway, like I said, it's black, so it's kind of hard to see, but we'll just keep going around. I'll do another one. Measure your 10 inches. Once again, bring it to the front, and then bring it back to your tie. Place it in your tie. Now there's a lot of material in this tie, so give it a nice good twist again. And then you want to fluff out your mesh. Place that in front. So you can see it's already starting to fill in the center, which is what we wanted to do. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with this and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Let's take a look. Here we are on the last one. So remember, you just push it forward and you attach it to the tie, place it right down in what's already there, and twist. Now, closing this off and being finished with this row is the same as if we didn't do 3 rows. And I'll show you what that means in a minute. I just like to make sure my edges are tucked in. And there's enough going towards the center. And I want to just make sure that's poofed out and nice. So now, when you take a look at this, you can see that now it's nice and full, and there's not even, like, you can't even say that that's a hole, because you can't see through it, can you? Just a teensy tiny bit. Let's see, just a teeny tiny bit, but that's fine because we have our sign that is going to go over, so that'll look great. So how to finish your row? Once again, you just cut yourself a little tail, not too much, you don't need it. And then you just look here. Where do I want to go? Okay, there's a spot right here. So I am just going to take it and tuck it and then grab a zip tie. And just anchor that piece down. So everything is secure, nothing is going to unravel. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. There we go. So now let's move on to our ribbon tails. Ribbon tails. Let me get this out of the way. And I pre-cut these. This is 12 inches. And I'm using, oops, this is popping out. I'm using 4 different kinds of ribbon, and I'm making 2 sets. So sometimes this wire might come out. You just clip it, and it's fine. And I'm going to do every other one the different. So this is how we have it. And let's get started. So I grab my first bunch. It's the pink and green. I'm actually going to lay the green over the pink because the pink is a little bit wider. This is a 2.5 inch ribbon. This is just 2 inch, but that's generally what I use is the 2.5, and I cut this 12 inches. Now I usually fold it in half so I know where my center is, and then I proceed to bunch the ribbon, and I try to keep the sides down, and then it makes it into a nice little bird. And then I go to my tie, and you lay it in horizontally, not vertically, but horizontally. So I'm just going to go place that in there and twist. And I'm not sure if I'm putting anything else in there, so I'm not finishing off the tie. And when I mean finishing off, like bend it in. So I want to take a look first and see what we're doing. And then you just adjust your ribbon, play with it nice so it's all going in the same direction. That's the beauty of wire ribbon. And there's your first ribbon. Then you go to your second one. Same thing, the 2.5 and the 2 inch ribbon. So you want to line it up, go to your middle, right there. Now you can measure these each out individually if you like. I'll show you a trick that I found that's a little bit quicker. You always want to make sure your sides are down and it's looking pretty. Okay, and come over and just lay it right into the tie. And just separate your ribbon a little bit. And there we have our second one. So that's how cute it looks. And it's, like I said, it's hard to tell because of this black, but what you'll see, you'll get the gist of it when it's all done, how pretty it looks. So I'm going to continue on and add all these ribbon ties, and we'll be back as soon as I'm finished. Okay, so we're back. Take a look down here and I'll show you what's going on. I'm about to put on the last ribbon right here, but I wanted to show you how I cut my ribbon. This is about 12 inches long. Some people do 10, some people do 14. It's your absolute preference what you'd like to do. Some people go down here and measure and cut their ribbon, or like I have a sign that you can measure your ribbon up to, and then I just wrap it around how many times I need it. You know, you just wrap it around, and that's my 12 inches. And then when I slide it off, I just cut the top and the bottom. And then if you want to dovetail your ends, you just fold your ribbon in half, you take your scissors and you cut. And that is how you get that. So I just wanted you to see that. You can use a piece of cardboard, you know, 12 inches long. You can use, you know, whatever is easy for you. They do sell a product, I forget the name of it now, but it's something tails, and you know, I just didn't honestly want to spend the money on it, so I just improvised. So we're putting in the last ribbon tie here. And just form them the way that you want. I just like to make sure the ends are curled under nice. So here's the difference between burlap ribbon and a silky satiny ribbon. Although this is beautiful, you don't get the same shape like you do with a burlap ribbon. You can just form it and it just goes beautifully. Whereas you can try to form the satin and it'll go somewhat, but it doesn't lay as perfect as your burlap does. So I always try to get all burlap ribbon. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to do a bow because we're going to do flowers. So we're going to attach our sign, and let me just stand for a moment and see where we are going to put it. So I'm thinking it's going to be perfect right there. That's pretty much on the money, huh? All right, so, or is it too far down? Should I go back a tiny bit more? Just a little bit like that maybe. Okay, so I'm going to get back in my chair and I'm going to hold the sign there, and I'm going to reach underneath to the pipe cleaner, and I'm going to start wrapping it around the center bar. And once I get it wrapped around a couple times, then I lift it up because I know it's not going to fall or anything. It's pretty much placed where I want it. So I'm just taking that pipe cleaner or chenille stem, whoever you want to call it is fine, and I just wrap it around till it's all done, making sure the sharp pointy side is in. That is beautiful. And now I just feel underneath and just make sure that is straight, and it is. I feel underneath again, and I feel the pipe cleaner. So I just take it, and I want to pull it down a little bit. Good, just like that. And I just keep wrapping and wrapping until the pipe cleaner is completely wrapped around, and once again, sharp side facing in, so when it hangs, not only is it pretty, but it doesn't scratch anyone's door. Okay, so there we have it. And nope, it's fallen a little bit. So when we put the flowers in, I'll be sure to put some right here. Okay, so it's a little loose. I should probably tighten this side up. Let me just do that. So I'm going to tighten this up, and I am going to try to find some flowers. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and I found some flowers that would match the pink. So take a look down here and see what I've been doing. I just made this out of some of these. It's a bouquet that I've got at Michael's, and they have cute little flowers in here. So I clipped them off and added some of these, and the colors match just right. So my mom should be very happy. So I'll show you exactly how I did it. I just clipped and pushed the greenery up because I love that the green is in there as well. And then I just clipped out some of these white flowers. And essentially I just gather them together. And let's take that sign off because, the tag, we don't want that, right? Okay. And let's see if there's any greenery on there. I think this is attached. Am I right? Yes, okay. And then we'll just pop that out and clip it. And I'm just sort of bunch of greenery there, so I'm going to put more greenery here. So I just sort of bunch it just like that, and then I just added this one as well. Okay, just pushing the greenery up and putting it just like that. And that's how I made a little bouquet. Okay, just by gathering the stems and putting them all together, clipping them and gathering. And now I'm going to just stand up for a second and make sure that it's pretty much the same size. And let's see, it is it? Because my mom's a crazy lady. I don't want to bring her something that isn't exactly the same. Oh. Yep, and squish it just like that. Okay, then I just added some of the pink stems I have already cut to pretty much the length that I want, and I just stick them through. And I'm holding all the stems in my hand underneath here, so I've got all the stems right here. And I'll show you what we're going to do in just a second. Let's see, there's some there, there's some there. Maybe we'll throw some right, Well, let's throw some right in here. If we're able to do that. Am I in between the green? Yeah, okay, so hold on. All right, let's place it right there. And then I want to take a look at our other bouquet, and that's pretty much how it looks as well. So this is awesome. So then what I do is I grab a zip tie, and this what keeps your bunch together. And then I hold all the stems. Oh, did I just literally? Yep. Okay, let's try that again. I was switching hands and then I lost my zip tie across the room, so I like to go ahead and start the circle. Then I just slide it up over here It popped out, so let me do it again. Zip tie cooperation would be very helpful. Okay, and then I just scoot it up to the very base of the flowers, and I'll show you. Right now I'm tightening, and I'm still holding the bunch tight. I'm not letting go because I don't want it to unbunch. So now you can see the zip tie is on there, and I'm going to scoot it up any more that I can, and I'm going to pull it if I can do it any tighter. And then I'm going to just snip that off, and then I might just want to snip these ends to make them all even. And then because I don't like the ends all fraying out kind of crazy and go in every direction, I'm going to put another zip tie. I do use a lot of zip ties, but once I make a project, I want to know that it's solid and it's not going anywhere, and that it's sturdy and stable. So I'm going to go with a zip tie again. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm just bringing it a little lower this time now, and zip tying it so now all my stems are one nice piece. So when you glue it in, you just have to spread your glue around here, and then I'm thinking I'm just going to put it right here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I have got my hot glue gun with Gorilla Glue. I like Gorilla Glue the best. It seems to stand up well in Vegas in 100-degree weathers. So I'm just going to spread out the pink a little bit. I'm just going to put some glue on this. Okay, then I'm just going to bring it and place it right in where I want it to. Well, so I thought I was. Okay, right there. Fix some of the ties. Some of these stems out of the way. And in a nutshell, that is my mom's wreath. I will go ahead and hold it up to the front. So if I scoot back a little bit, you can see better. I can't really see through the sign, but that is what it looks like. And as always, I will take a picture of it and I will post it on my website. Before I forget, the sign is Personalize It by Pam. She's amazing. Okay, well that brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions, please don't forget to direct message me. I'll be more than happy to help out anywhere that I can. This was super easy to do. It was just basically Wreath 101, yet it turned out really pretty. And I think my mom's really gonna like it. So I think next time we're gonna do a pink swan. I'm excited. I've got some really fun goodies for that. In fact, I think you can almost see it on that shelf. But yeah, I've got some fun things coming up. So thank you for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you soon on Oh for Craft's Sakes. And